Hi, I'm Charmaine, and welcome to the Love of Self podcast, where we delve into the emotional aspects of finding love for self. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. In honor of my book release today, I'll be reading a poem featured in the book. This poem is called Lost Soul. Lost soul, the dark space of the mind occupies a grand escape, with no knowledge of what way to turn, a fear that can liberate. When I can't see, I can't care. My absence of mindfulness leaves no despair. No need to consider my worth, it's not there. Allowed to drown in my own abyss of unaware, waiting on someone else to care. Then my weight alerts me that I'm actually quite needy. The delusional illusion that my unloved place supersedes me. Trapped as the liaison from darkness to power, without any notion that it's actually here to devour. Now the empty hole where I placed my soul is not accessible until I become spiritually and consciously whole, until I become aware of its essence, that is love. The dark space I have left it in, it should bear no space of. The soul's existence need not be saved, but instead needs to be discovered, for the radiant beauty it possesses, for the enriched lives it has attested, igniting a soulful purpose to rise and not disguise its truthful place, uplifted and free in its rightful space, never confined, a soul divine. That was Lost Soul from my new book, Love Yourself, a book of poetry and spiritual writing for self-love, available now on bookbaby.com. If you're interested in purchasing, the purchase link is in my bio. I also wanted to speak a little bit about the message behind the words. And essentially, Lost Soul is pretty much about losing who you are, losing your truth, losing the truth of what you know you are inside. Ending up in spaces that you didn't mean to end up in, to the point where it becomes a routine for so long, where all this time goes by and you don't realize that you've lost yourself. You've lost the memories of who you once were. You've lost the real essence of who you are to be. Trying to live up to someone else's standard, someone else's benefit. And it goes on for so long, to the point where you don't know how you got here. You can't even feel yourself anymore. Trapped in the mindset of how we've been programmed to be, and no longer attached to the inner emotions of what is truly ourselves, what is truly our way. because of our concern of not looking right. Or sometimes we're just not acting right to the point of our true connections, our true connections with ourselves. Anything that does not align, any mindset that takes you away from what you know is right within yourself, those things help us lose our truth. It disconnects us from who we are. And this speaks of losing our essence of what our soul is meant to do, is meant to be, how our soul is meant to live, as opposed to how someone else benefits from how I live. When that need to make something within either my consciousness or someone else's consciousness happy takes away from who I truly am, I end up in a space that I didn't belong in. We can all end up in a space where we're not aligned with ourselves without even knowing it, because there can be an accustomed to not knowing who we are. We can lose our sense of ourself, going too deep into what satisfies something or someone else, or what satisfies instant pleasures in life. It's easy to lose the essence of what's good in you. We often hear about how our souls need to be saved, but our souls are always a part of us, the true sense of ourselves, of our inner being. And for most of us, it's time we discover it. I'd like to thank you for taking these few moments to listen to what I have to say. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. I'd like to ask you, what do you think about today's poem? What's your opinion on it? What are your thoughts about the idea of your soul's existence? Do you think you need to discover it? Are you connected to yourself? Or are you connected to the idea of how the world needs to see you, how your community sees you, how your family sees you? Does that align with one another? If you're ever so inclined, please comment your thoughts. Email theloveofselfpodcast@gmail.com. If you like this episode, please don't forget to like it and share it if you think someone may be interested in this topic or poetry. And please remember, I am not a therapist. I wish you all peace, love, and joy always. Until next time.